Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? And welcome back to the channel. Today's Tuesday, and y'all know what that means. It's time for some tools. Got last week's tool video sitting right here. Like I said, last week I couldn't do it. I was sick. I didn't feel like coming out here doing anything. So I'm going to revisit this, or not revisit. I'm going to do this week. There's a couple of things I want to show you before we get started though. Got some stuff from ICON here, and I got some more stuff from Olsa Tools. So before I get started with this, I want to show you this. What we have here is some socket heads that got some from Olsa Tools. And this is a 20-piece set. I'm gonna say 20 pieces because they probably include the case as one of the pieces. First of all, you know, it's a nice blow mold case. Red locking handles, and then they do have their name outlined in red with that. All right, when you open this up, you're gonna have some longs and some shorts. You're gonna have 3 through 10 on your long and 3/8, and then you're gonna have 2 through 12 on your shorts in 3/8, and then you're gonna have one 14 millimeter over here that's a 1/2-inch drive. These are pretty nice. I don't know what these are like. I have not used them yet, but I'm gonna be putting them to use. I have just a few of these in metric right now. I don't have any in standard, but it's just gonna be nice having some Allen heads that are a 3/8 drive. I do, like I said, I've got about seven of them thus far. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on their rails and put them to use, let them know what I think of them. See how they hold up as far as durability. I know a lot of guys, I mean, a lot of times I'll have a lot of these and they're just so soft, you round these edges off pretty easy. So we're gonna see how these hold up to basically what I put them through. I don't use a lot of Allen wrenches, but I do use a few. Got socket heads on the 2nd gen, you know, on the air horn, and like Jonah's 4-wheeler that we're going to be working on again soon. It has a lot of Allen heads on it too, so I'm excited to put these to work and see how they go. And then also they do have this row up here, that's the 2 through 6 is a 1/4 drive. I'm sorry, this row down here that's 7 through 12 right here, that's 3/8, 1/2-inch. And all of these over here, the longs are 3/8. So just wanted to show you guys these. Excited to put these to use and see how they work. Next up, we have some more ICON stuff. I showed you guys in the past some ICON stuff also, a Torx set. And actually, one of you guys actually pointed it out. This is the bigger set. It was only like a 7-piece Torx set. It only came like 27 through 55 before. Now, one of you guys pointed out this is a $24, $25 set. They also have 25 through 8 in 1/4 drive over here. So originally I only had this. I actually took this set back and exchanged it. And like I said, what's nice about, or like I have said in the past, what's nice about Harbor Freight, they have a no questions asked return policy. So even though I had none of the packaging for this 7-piece set that I had, I was able to take it back and exchange it for this set right here. I took this 7-piece set that I had back in a Ziploc bag, and they exchanged it, like I said, with no questions asked. I told them, I said I wasn't aware that they had this set here, and I wanted to go with this one instead because of the added Torx that was in here, because the 25 is a pretty popular, and also the T15 is a pretty popular, and I wanted them. And actually this is a T8. It skips around a little bit up to a T55 in this set right here. And then I have a couple of bigger ones that I have in my box already. So we're also going to put these to use and see how we like these. All right guys, what I wanted to go over with you tonight was my multimeter. This is probably one of the most essential tools in your toolbox. This one's for Harbor Freight. This is one of their freebies. If you guys remember, they used to have coupons on these, and you could get these free, along with, like, you know, they had the flashlights and stuff like. Yeah, you know, I'm not messing with you. what I actually want to go over tonight, guys, is my Power Probe 3. You saw me use this last week and the week before, a couple weeks ago, on the second gen when we were trying to diagnose and see what the problem was, you know, with the VP44. I'm still kind of puzzled. One of you guys had mentioned in the video as far as checking some grounds. I did check grounds, but there's actually 2 of them that I forgot. So we're going to go over that more in depth because I had that in like 2 or 3 different videos. And the more I watched it, the more I looked at it. I didn't like the fact that you guys had to go through a couple of different videos to kind of diagnose and check out a VP44. So in the next few days, I'm going to do a complete video completely going through the diagnosis of your VP44, but until that time, we're going to show you some uses and some must-haves as far as the Power Probe. You know, this Power Probe will pretty much do just about everything that you need that the multimeter will do. You can check continuity with this, you can check continuity with this, you can check your voltage with this, and you can check your peak voltage with this. One thing that you can't do with this is check your ground. That I'm aware of. I'm not 100% familiar with voltmeters except for, you know, checking to see if it has 12 volts or doing ohm tests for continuity. That's about all I use it for. So when I saw these were available a few years ago, I went ahead and I picked one of these up because it's more user-friendly and more forgiving as far as using this versus using a multimeter. I'm going to put some links in the description for the Olsa tools. These are available on Amazon. And then also, until February 29th, ICON has a coupon for 20% off of your entire ICON purchase out at Harbor Freight. So I'm going to put that link in the description also for some ICON tools. If you guys want to go pick some up, I'm not paid by ICON in any way. All this stuff I buy out of my own pocket. So once again, the link's in the description for 20% off some ICON tools. You guys want to head out to Harbor Freight and check those out. Alright, moving on to the Power Probe. Links in the description for this. One thing I will suggest when you buy it, spend the extra $20-some and get the hard case that comes with it, because I've had mine in this plastic case. As you can see, the cardboard's missing from it. You will get with your purchase an instructional DVD, or if you want to watch YouTube videos, you can watch a bunch of videos to learn how to do this. This has more settings in it than I'm even probably aware of, or do more than I can do, or I'm aware of. Well, when you first power this up, you're going to hear it beep, and you're going to see the lights come on. That lets you know that it's ready to go. This one here has a nice display to it. There is some earlier generations that does not have a display. It's audible only. This one here has the 12 volt display, or has an LED display, plus it's audible through a speaker back here. And then I've also saw some guys check like channels on radios. You can put your ground clamp right here and on your ground, and then you can touch the positive end of your lead on your speaker, and you can actually hear the sound coming through this audible speaker. You can hear positive there, and you can hear negative there. Now it's up to you guys, whatever you want to do. I've come to the audible's nice as long as you distinguish which is positive and which is negative. I've gotten used to looking at the positive on this side. You can see the red light there by my finger, or the green on this side, and you can see that right there. That's just the way that I like to use it. There is some other features on there that you can go through. If it's not reading right, if you press and hold, you can go through the settings and set it back to factory settings. Say if you know that this battery has 12 volts power in it, and you put on it and it's only 9 volts, odds are that the peak power or the peak voltage has been turned down. So you want to press and hold this until you see the P light up. I'm sorry. Until you see the plus minus line up. You'll see the plus and the minus lining up simultaneously. And if that doesn't read 50, that means you're not on a 50 volt peak. So that's one of the nice features about it. If something's messed up, and then when you're there, it's set back to the factory settings. You press and hold, and you hear that audible sound, you're ready to go again. So one nice thing about this, you can check continuity with it also, which is something that you can do with a voltmeter. So if you want to check, like when we were there working on the VP44 and I wanted to check the wiring harness from my positive pin coming from the ECM, which is pin 7, and then over to my ECM, which I believe is pin 30 on the ECM, say if I wanted to check and then wiggle the wires around, make sure I have constant continuity on that. Right there, we know we have continuity. Another nice thing that I like about the power probe that you can't do with the multimeter that I threw on the floor a bit ago is you can actually power up say it's a fan or a light bulb or whatever it is that is a 12 volt power supply on your vehicle. You can power that up and make sure that the object or the part does work before you just go out and buy a new one. So with your ground hooked up, you know you have continuity through there. Then if you press forward, you can see that light bulb light up, and that's on dim. And that's on high. So we know this light bulb works on dims and highs. Then if it's not working in a vehicle, there's either a problem with the plug or the switch or whatever. So that's one of the things that I like about the power probe. It's pretty user-friendly. And if you do mess something up, you have the circuit breaker here that will pop itself. Just like that right there. And it will still measure continuity, but you just can't put ground or can't put power to something anymore until you reset your circuit breaker. And then I do have the option, I can turn that speaker off there and it's just a light there. Whether it's a positive or a ground. So, like I said, I believe this is probably a very essential tool to have in your toolbox. I'll put some links in the description, like I said, for the power probe, and I think it's a necessity in your toolbox. That was just kind of a quick long and short of it, of the power probe. There's a lot more that this can do that I probably didn't even touch on. Just because of the aspects of how I use it versus how some of you guys may use it. Another nice key feature to this is a 20-foot cord, so you can plug this underneath the hood, or I'm sorry, when you plug or hook this up to your battery under the hood, you can, depending upon how long your vehicle is, you know, it will reach clear back to the back to check brake lights, tail lights, yada yada yada, stuff like that. Also, since you're hooking it up to your vehicle's power supply, you can go through and check everything on that vehicle and make sure your grounds are good, your positive or your power lines are good and everything else. One of you guys touched on a couple of things on my second gen. You made a comment on make sure and check the grounds, which I have checked grounds, but there's two grounds that I forgot over by the driver's side battery. So I'm going to be using a power probe when I do go over the VP44 again, because I looked down at that one ground and that bolt is rusted and there's some oxidization on that eyelet. So that could have been an issue with the VP44 on the second gen also, is just a poor ground. And I think one of you guys had mentioned also in the first video is a bad ground. But I mean, there's so many grounds and straps on these vehicles. It's hard to go through and try and find all of them and clean them. So thank you very much to the gentleman that made comment the other night on the video. I will be checking that. So anyway guys, power probe, it's a must-have for everybody's toolbox, I believe. Until next time, I think that's pretty much all I have. If you don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Bye-bye.